And here we are back at InfoComm 2025, live on the show floor at the HETMA booth 4887. I say that like you can go here. You're watching this after the show, but it's okay. Our double-decker right here, and we've got one of our favorite partners here, and really, well, Brian, please tell people who you are and a little bit about the company. I'll let you do it. You do it much better than me.
Thank you. Yes, my name is Ryan Budvitis. I am with Shure. I am part of the market development team on the West Coast, which we are the end user facing wing of the company. So we do a lot of work with HETMA because we do a lot of work with higher ed. So we are working with the schools, figuring out what's best for them, understanding what their needs are, and we also get to take that information back to our team back in Niles and actually be a part of the working on the new innovations that we come out with.
Well, I work with you all the time, so I'm a little biased and all. But I will say one thing. 100 years of Shure celebrated with a rocking concert last night. By the way,
yes,
that was
it was
fantastic.
Good to have you there.
Talk a little bit about. I'm going to go a little off script, and I want you to just talk a little bit about the company in 100 years and kind of what the vision, like where it's gone and where you guys are going from here.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, 100 years, any company does not only survive but thrive for that long. Got to be doing something right.
Absolutely.
And a lot of it is the cornerstone has always been a lot of great innovations over the last 100 years, and we've continued to do so. Like in this last 12 months, we've actually released 17 new products across all the different types of verticals that we work within, and this year is no different. But I will say, I think a key thing that we're really leaning into, and I know that HETMA as well as higher ed can very much enjoy this, is making things more effortless than ever before. Being able to even outfit complicated spaces, but still have it be fairly simple and straightforward.
Yeah, and that's what your stuff does, right?
Yeah.
It just works, and it's quality sound, everything. Well, gosh, I mean, your lines. I don't know how many different lines you have. And it's funny because, a lot of times I think you go to the past, people think about this as like, live production stuff, but you have now set the standard essentially for conferencing and for classroom and seeing like a whole other vertical. You really just kind of now have control. So it's awesome to see that and kind of witness that. But I guess talking about the show, one, how has the show been for you all, and what are kind of some of the new things that you're showing that people should check out?
Yeah, well, we got the biggest booth we ever have, and it is a beautiful booth, and it's great. And I've been kind of locked in the innovation lab doing some.
I saw you. I was peeking in through the window there.
Yeah, doing some presentations about it and all of our new innovations and how we're tackling different spaces. Yes, but we do have a lot of exciting new products that we are introducing to the world.
Yeah, and some of them are?
Yes, in terms of, just to give a brief shout out to like the high tier wireless, it would be our ANX4, which is the ability in one single rack space to do either 24 channels of ULXD or 16 channels of Axient Digital.
Wow,
and you get to choose in its channel licenses, so you can kind of pick you almost have a pool of licenses, and if you have 4 rooms with 4 of these racks in it, one may only need 4 channels for the day, one might need 8, and then the next day this other room needs all 24, and you can just allocate that as you need to, which is really great.
I love that.
And then from a conferencing perspective, back at ISE we introduced our IntelliMix Room Kits, which is we're making computers now. We're making touch panels, and those kits have our MXA 902s in them, as well as our partnership with Hudley. But we are introducing the foundation system, which is just the compute and the touch panel, and that compute has 16 channels of IntelliMix Room DSP. So you can do a whole lot with that, especially within higher ed. And then just a little tidbit, right now this is just for Microsoft Teams, but early 2026 we will have a Zoom version as well.
Awesome. And that would be great for higher ed.
Absolutely.
A lot of us obviously rely a lot on Zoom, and that might be our campus standard. So, so that's great. I love that, and I love the flexibility of that device because, I might need that, and especially even in our rooms, they're divisible, or maybe I only need one for kind of the floor area because I don't need that much in any one space. So I love that ability to kind of have one device and give that flexibility to it. Kind of moving from there, then talk a little bit about higher ed in general. You're talking to customers. You work with HETMA a lot. You hear from us. What are the trends you're hearing, and why is the higher ed vertical an important one for sure?
Yeah, it always has been. But I will say, COVID changed everything. You know, before that, it's like utilizing Shure. It would be, we've always handled the most complex of rooms. So the large auditoriums and putting these things together, and it would be a very complicated system. But since COVID and beyond now, and I know you are always at the cutting edge of innovation, we want to have these complicated rooms be as easy as possible. Again, that effortless aspect of what we're trying to accomplish. So, I mean, higher ed needs this because hybrid is more important. I mean, whether you're in the classroom or at home listening in, you need to be able to hear everything clearly, and you need to be able to tackle all the different use cases. And that is why we love to work with higher ed, to be able to give those solutions. And I think the trends and where we're heading is, again, being able to take that room that has multiple ceiling arrays, multiple channels of wireless, maybe staggered voice lift with our network amplifier and passive speakers, and all of that still being a one-touch join system.
Yeah. No, I love that. You're getting me all excited here. But I'm a Shure homer, so I guess kind of a final question. Higher ed is going through this thing right now where not a lot of people can travel, and there's budget cuts, etc. So maybe not a lot of people could come to the show.
Yes.
Where should they? How do they find out more? Where should they go? What should they be looking at? And kind of give the story for the people who can't be here and experience it.
Absolutely. So I will say, always our LinkedIn is a really, really great place. Shure is always keeping that updated. And then also too, most likely you are working with either one of our rep firms, or you have a connection to someone like me, market development, in your territory. I mean, I am in California. I go out to Arizona, Utah, even Colorado, and I will visit you specifically if you're in my territory. But all of us, we're scattered throughout. And so get in touch with your rep, get in touch with one of us, and we can come out and give you a little love.
Yep. And you all, as a company and as a philosophy, and you can tell this top down, customer first. It's so customer centric, and for a company that is 100 years old, you don't get there without that mentality.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So Ryan, thank you so much for
Joe.
coming on. This has been a pleasure. Hopefully you have a great rest of the show, and we'll see you at the next one.
Alrighty.
All right. Take care now.
Joe.